Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls and whatever else is watching. My name is Nick and we are playing once more Danganronpa 2 Goodbye Despair. You are watching the continuation as we have finished the prologue and are now in chapter 1. All hell has broken loose as the terror teddy Monokuma has returned and brought fear and despair to our, well, island inhabitants. So let's see who will continue on after this chapter, who will be his first victim and who will be left remaining afterwards. I have to say, I thank you all for watching this video. If you have any thoughts, leave them in the comments below, and I hope you enjoy this continuation. Thank you, and let's go, shall we? And when each of us entered Monokuma Rock, what the heck is that?
Huh?
This is an elevator? I see, this entire rock is an elevator. Once again, Monokuma is doing what he pleases. However, if he's gone this far and made something like this, I don't think he's playing around. Even so, we're going pretty deep. You're right. I heard an unnerving chattering sound inside my head. I soon realized it was the sound of my teeth. All I could do was purse my lips tightly so everyone else couldn't hear it. Okay. They were listening to unpleasant roars as the elevator plunged deeper and deeper into the earth. Some time passed before the elevator finally finished descending, and then the elevator door slowly opened.
Welcome!
Okay. Welcome! This is the glass trial field. How do you like it? It's a special place that will decide your fates.
Why, you...
What the hell is he thinking? Locking us in a shitty looking place like this.
Don't fuck with me!
Are you fucking crazy? Don't mess with me, asshole! Woohoo! Complain all you like. I'm used to it by now. Come on, you're wasting your time and energy. Hurry up and take your seats where your names are written. It looks like everyone knows. Even if we try to resist, it won't change a thing. Just as Monokuma ordered, we walked toward the seats we had been assigned. From this point on, we need to find out who killed Byakuya. The ultimate affluent progeny, Byakuya Togami. He was overly critical, arrogant and condescending. But he also had a strong sense of responsibility. As we were panicking, he accepted his role as leader and tried his very best to keep us together. A guy like him got murdered. Person who did it is one of us. Hey cool, they put Byakuya in red. I can't believe it. There's no way I can believe it. But if it's really true, We need to find out by any means possible. Because that's our only option. There's no way for us to survive unless we sacrifice the killer. And so, this life-threatening trial, billowing with hope and despair, has begun. Okay. Oh, I can change difficulty. Logic difficulty is mean. Action difficulty kind. Or gentle. Set skills. I don't have skills. Open the handbook. How do I get skills? Oh yeah, this thing. Did it poop? No, it did not poop. So there's nothing to clean. Regulations. What does this say? Oh, he's dead. I haven't even finished everything. Sonia. Oh yeah. I had 2 free times with her. Wait, Monomi, why are you? You can buy skills with hope fragments. Oh. Can I? Slightly steadies your aim, effective during the non-stop debate. Cannot be combined with tranquility. Okay, what's tranquility? I don't see tranquility anywhere. Slightly increases the influence gauge, effective during the class trial. Cannot be combined with envious influence. But I don't have envious influence. Okay. Slightly increases the focus gauge, effective during the class trial. Cannot be combined with awesome thought. Charisma. I think this one will be this will be a good one for later. I don't think the earlier decreases delay between firing 2 bullets, effective during no battle showdown. Increases damage to the opponent when a statement is destroyed, effective during panic talk action. Well, this is one of the original things that I could get. Vocabulary. Increases bullet capacity, effective during the... That one seems to be one that panic talked the... Move to your favorite, effective during a battle showdown. And during a battle. Beat effective during logic drive. Jumping power effective during logic dive. This one was, that is your aim. Charisma was it, eh? Influence gauge recovery. Well, let's get that one as well. Oh. Probably was an expensive one. So that's how you get skills. So set skills. I have charisma. I didn't get that one for nothing. Melodious voice and vocabulary. I got all those three. I didn't get them for nothing, so better use them. Okay, truth bullets. Yeah, I think I got it. Byakuya Togami was killed. The blue hue of our vocation is now a crimson red. Is the killer really one of us, or is it someone else? The class trial starts now. Okay.
Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial. During the class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is and vote for who done it. If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will earn the right to
Monomi.
leave this island.
Such a cruel rule.
Oh,
Before we
Monomi.
begin, I'd like to confirm one thing. Is there really a killer among us?
Most definitely. There's no doubt that the blackened is lurking among you. Such a sad state of affairs, isn't it? By the way, this class trial is gonna be 100% fair. So there's no need to worry. I'm the type who hates favoritism and prejudice. Well, not as much as I hate Monomi, of course.
You hate me that much?
Now, let's begin!
You're telling us to begin, but what are we supposed to do?
No complaining, let's just settle this with our fists.
I don't think that's gonna work. Akane, that's not gonna work. We need logic.
Were you even listening to the rules?
Didn't that Byakuya bastard get killed in the dining hall, huh? Then everyone there is a fucking suspect.
Yeah, what you're really trying to say is that you're not the killer, right?
No shit. You guys went off on your own and started killing each other. This has nothing to do with me.
Does it?
Huh? What does that mean?
Anyway, why don't we try talking about the most pressing issue on our minds? The most pressing issue on our minds?
Yeah,
we
we're
found
gonna
the
go
body.
to the toilet.
It's very strange to find a body underneath a table.
Then, let's start with that mystery.
The reason why Byakuya's body was discovered under the dining hall table. We can start with that, but ultimately we need to find out who murdered him. If we can't do that, well, then we're fucked. No, thinking about if is a waste of time. We have to do this, no matter what. So the class trial has finally started. From this point on, I will provide simple tutorials at every important moment. I'm sorry, but please excuse my ear-tainting rudeness. As things progress during each class trial, you will engage in a number of non-stop debates. During these discussions, all of you with your classmates will speak one after the other, without any breaks. Huh. This is cool. Oh, they even kept that one in, Byakuya's portrait. Aww. And he's sitting right in front of Monokuma. During these discussions, all of your classmates will speak without any breaks. It's up to you to reveal any lies or mistakes contained within their statements. Why do I have to stand next to Hiyoko? And Mahiru doesn't even like me either. This means you'll have to use your truth bullets to refute what they say. Well, at least I don't have to look at them then. Out of all the truth bullets you find during your investigation, only the relevant ones will be loaded into the truth cylinder. Use the left stick to move the reticle, then fire with the triangle button. Pay close attention each character's statement and choose your truth bullets to blast the right ones. Note that if you run out of time you will automatically fail, so please be careful. And time wasn't an issue in the last game, so if you press the options button during these arguments, you can review the controls. Good to know. Well then, good luck and have fun. Oh, these are always fun. These non-stop debates. Knife, bloodstained, caps in the floorboard, knife, bloodstained under the table.
Why was Byakuya's body in a place like that?
His body was underneath the table at the very back of the dining hall.
After the killer murdered Byakuya, they probably moved the body there.
Huh? Why? Obviously by hiding the body. They tried to delay its discovery! Like a dog burying a bone!
No. What he just said was strange. It clearly contradicts the information and is the only thing I can hit. So...
Why was Byakuya's body in a place like that?
His body was underneath the table at the very back of the dining hall.
After the killer murdered Byakuya, they probably moved the body there. No, that's wrong!
No, I don't think the killer moved the body.
Huh? Why?
Try to remember what the body looked like when we found it under the table.
no drag marks.
Though there was a lot of blood everywhere, there was no sign the killer actually dragged the body through it.
Yeah, it was contained to the table.
So that's why you think it's impossible that the killer moved the body. I see. I get your point.
And here I thought I had a genius idea.
Too bad you're so stupid and boring and unpopular. Your life is meaningless.
Can someone take her out, please? Someone behind the shed, give her a spanking or something. This girl needs an attitude correction really bad. There, jeez.
I respond better to praise, you know.
But if the killer didn't move the body, why was it under the table?
Byakuya was probably killed under the table.
What? You think he was killed under the table?
So Byakuya snuck under the table for reasons unknown, and that's when he was killed. Then, shortly thereafter, we found his body under the table.
That does make sense, but why did he go under the table?
Obviously, he was hiding so he could surprise us. That dude was always a big jokester.
The hell he was? You seriously couldn't tell what kind of person he was?
Maybe he panicked during the blackout and dove under the table.
It's a blackout, not an earthquake. Just because the power went out doesn't mean he'd dive under the table.
If there's a knife underneath
The
it.
reason why is probably connected to what Byakuya was doing during the party, don't you think?
The reason why Byakuya dove under the table. If it's connected to what Byakuya was doing during the party, then it's probably... No. In case Byakuya had him with, there's a lot of security equipment inside Ibuki's account. During the blackout, discern all the noise people were making. Irons and Teruteru's account. Party dishes. Fighter account. Chiaki's account. Murder threat. Okay, this one is okay. Huh. Interesting. In case Byakuya had with him, there's a lot of security equipment inside. And the heart. Plastic case as well. The key to the other duralumin case is inside here too. If it's connected to Byakuya during the party, then it's probably this one? This may sound presumptuous, but I think that's wrong.
Crap!
I'm not starting. Ugh. Looks like I just made a fool of myself in front of everyone. Okay. Reason Byakuya dove under the table. It's connected with. Okay, this one is actually kind of tricky. I have at least 2 minutes or so to figure it out. Also, I have Monokuma file. This one? No. Wow, am I going to fail on the first thing? Wow. Okay. I don't think those I heard Mikan tripped and fell in the dining hall. This wasn't it. Ibuki's account then?
Crap!
Again? Whoa, the logic actually really is more difficult now in this one. Having it set to mean. Whoa. Ibuki's irons and storage. There's. The only thing I can think of is this, and then again not. Wow. Found on the table where the body was discovered. Apparently it came from the... No. I didn't want to turn that one in. I think then it has to be the knife. Are we already going in that direction?
I can prove it with this.
It is a knife. Wow,
Probably has
I've been
something to
really
do
off.
with the knife we found under the table.
Knife? Oh, you mean that thing that obviously screams, I am the murder weapon!
Byakuya probably noticed the knife was hidden there.
Or he
So
probably
in order
put it
to
there.
get it, he moved under the table.
He was particularly sensitive to the presence of dangerous items, so I cannot deny that possibility. But how did he notice that there was a knife under the table?
If he knew beforehand, he probably would have done something about it before the blackout, right?
Then, instead of knowing about it beforehand, maybe he saw it right at that moment. Like, for example, he might have seen someone trying to take the knife out from under the table.
No, that's not possible.
What? You seem rather confident about that.
Of course. I have proof to back me up.
Okay.
This is almost like a real trial!
Oh, shut up. During the previous statement there was only one weak spot. But from this point on, there will be various weak spots standing in your way. No matter how many weak spots there are, there will be only one lie or contradiction in the debate at a time. This means there will be false weak spots. If you shoot a false weak spot with a truth bullet, not only will you fail to refute what was said, but you also lower your trust with everyone and your influence gauge will take damage. If your influence gauge reaches 0, you will fail, so please be careful. You'll have to rely on your own logic to determine which weak spots are actually lies or mistakes. If you concentrate by holding down the R1 button, you can progress the argument slowly. Please use it whenever you feel like the statements are moving too fast for you to aim. However, this does consume the focus gauge, so please be careful. If you press the options button during this argument. Well then, good luck and have fun! We will! Knife boxing, caps on the floorboard, AC timer, night vision goggles. Okay.
I'm sure Byakuya ducked under the table during the blackout.
That sounds correct. If that's the case, during the blackout, Mr. Ham Hands must have seen the killer take the knife.
But it was super pitch black! It was so dark I couldn't see my food!
Byakuya couldn't see in the dark either. I doubt he could have seen the killer.
Oh, he could see in the dark. It's true, getting under that table during the blackout would have been nearly impossible, but actually,
I'm sure Byakuya ducked under the table
night vision goggles.
during the blackout.
And it was over
That
here.
sounds
somewhere.
correct. If that's the case, during the blackout, Mr. Ham Hands must have seen the killer take the knife.
But it was super pitch black! It was so dark I couldn't see my food!
Byakuya couldn't see in the dark either.
No, that's wrong!
Actually good. He had night vision goggles.
No, Byakuya was probably the only one who was able to see in the dark.
Why do you say that?
If he was using those night vision goggles we found under the table, he could have seen what was happening.
So, are you saying Byakuya was the one who used those night vision goggles?
Pretty much.
That seems to be the case.
Your reasoning is out of focus.
Oh?
No, that's obviously wrong. It should be the other way around.
Why?
Other way around?
Seriously?
The killer used those night vision goggles, not Byakuya.
Yeah, pretty much. I was surprised. Just between you and me, I was also surprised. Just kidding, I'm sorry. Now then, when this kind of argument surfaces, you will go into one-on-one debate called Rebuttal Showdown. In this mode you have to counter the other person's claim, draw out their weak spots and argue against them. Please counter the other person's remarks with the left stick. Based on the shape of their remarks, it's important to know whether to cut vertically, sideways or diagonally. And based on that, you can skew the debate's mood to your advantage. On the other hand, if you ignore the other person's remarks, it will skew toward their advantage. Oh? In the bottom right hand corner of your screen, a number that shows the sharpness of your counter is displayed. Okay. This is the number of times you can cut remarks during one round of the debate. You will lose counts of sharpness even if you miss, so please be careful. When the mood skews to your advantage for a certain length of time, the other party's argument changes. This means the conversation will develop. If that happens, they will end up divulging some weak spot. However, you cannot normally cut remarks that contain weak spots. Instead, it will skew the mood toward the other party's advantage. Plus, it's gonna be very big. Just like a regular debate, please refute any weak spots with the triangle button. Of course, if you don't have the correct truth blade, you will not be able to cut an opponent's remark. Huh? What's a truth blade? I am terribly sorry. It appears there has been a delay in contacting you. What? I will make sure the person in charge of contacting you takes a very long vacation. What? In this mode, truth bullets will be called truth blades. Okay, that's about it. There won't be any other changes to your handbook menu. Only the name has changed, but don't you think a change in feeling is important? If you press the options button during these arguments, you can review the controls. Well then, good luck and have fun. What the heck?
If you just use common sense. The killer obviously used those night vision goggles. That's gotta be it.
I can't back down!
Okay. Just a little bit more and I can draw something out next time.
If you just use common sense. The killer obviously used those night vision goggles. That's gotta be it.
Where's your proof that the killer used them?
Because if they used night vision goggles, then they could have killed Byakuya even in the dark. In reality, that's what happened. So those goggles were planned in advance. The killer brought them to the crime scene.
Found a hole in your argument. I'm sure Byakuya brought the night vision goggles. I need to refute Mario's claim with evidence.
Because if they used night vision goggles, then they could have killed Byakuya even in the dark. In reality, that's what happened. So those goggles were planned in advance. The killer brought them to the crime scene. Damn it!
She's gonna...
If you just use common sense. The killer obviously used those night vision goggles. That's gotta be it.
Where's your proof that the killer used them?
Because if they used night vision goggles, then they could have killed Byakuya even in the dark. In reality, so those goggles were planned in advance. The killer brought them to the crime scene.
Found a hole in your argument. Okay, this part is actually rather confusing.
Because if they use night vision goggles, then they could have killed Byakuya even in the dark. I mean, in reality, that's what happened. So those goggles were planned in advance. The killer brought them to the crime scene.
Allow me to cut through those words.
No, Byakuya was definitely the one who brought those night vision goggles.
Okay, that wasn't weird.
But why?
Inside the Duralumin case Byakuya had with him during the party, he found a smaller case for storing the night vision goggles.
Which means we can assume that the night vision goggles were kept inside that Duralumin case as well. Woohoo! I said assume! Ibuki never uses such clever language.
Plus, Byakuya was the only one who could have taken the night vision goggles out of the case, since he was carrying it around before the blackout in the first place.
I see. When you put it like that, it makes sense.
Then, was that knife inside the case too? If there were night vision goggles inside, it wouldn't be weird for a knife to be in there too.
No, it wasn't.
It would be weird.
I am weird, aren't I? At times like this, I'd rather be fantasizing about tonight's main dish.
Ooh! You totally mean that in a perverted way.
This time I have to agree with Hiyoko. He does mean that in a perverted way. Oh god. Oh. The knife was brought in the Duralumin case along with the night vision goggles too. No, that's not possible. Because it was taped underneath the table, the knife was hidden in the dining hall before the party even started. I should be able to prove it. Tonight's main dish, night vision, duct tape.
I see! There was duct tape left under the table where the body was found.
Okay.
Huh? Duct tape? They probably hid the knife by duct taping it to the underside of the table.
Oh, so that's why we found duct tape there.
Though Byakuya was thorough, even he couldn't have noticed a weapon taped to the underside of the table.
This may be off topic, but why was Byakuya acting so paranoid? Not only did he bring a self-defense kit, but he had night vision goggles inside the case too.
That's true. He went above and beyond being a little cautious.
Well, not considering the letter he got.
Now that you mention it, that applies to the dangerous items he confiscated as well. It's one thing to be a little cautious, but performing a body check is a bit much.
Well, not in this case.
Probably knew. Someone was planning to commit a murder.
Are you saying he predicted the murder? Could it be? Was he also in possession of the all-seeing eye?
The what? Okay, Gundham, I don't know. Sorry, I don't know anymore.
You think so too, right, Hajime?
That's right. Byakuya probably knew there was a possibility that a murder would occur, and that had to do with the... Really? Really? And I am going back to that one each time. Murder threat. This one is it.
I can prove it with this! Everyone, can you please take a look at this?
Be careful, the first kill will happen tonight. Someone will definitely kill someone. And who has that bad handwriting?
Hey, the hell is this?
Hajime and I found this in Byakuya's cottage.
It looks like a threatening letter someone sent to him.
So, who's the someone?
Nobody besides Monokuma would write such a dumb, threatening letter like that.
Actually, I would suspect you as well. Though, considering how much pleasure you seem to have in it.
Wasn't me! sure? The only lies I tell are friendly lies!
Those are still lies!
It doesn't matter who wrote it yet.
Good one.
So, Byakuya became paranoid because of this threatening letter?
He probably decided to throw a party because of the letter.
What do you mean?
By gathering everyone in one place, he tried to create a situation where everyone could keep tabs on each other. In doing so, he tried to put the writer of the letter in a situation where they couldn't act.
But the letter might have been just a little prank.
As long as he was determined not to let any of us die, he couldn't take that risk.
He was
A
determined that.
strong sense of responsibility made him believe the letter was legitimate.
He should have told us he received a threatening letter.
If he had, we would have panicked. Byakuya probably knew that too.
So, he tried to do something about it without telling anyone?
I see. Strong sense of responsibility as our leader was his undoing.
Screw that noise! Who the hell wrote that letter?
Well, obviously, the killer.
And he or she isn't gonna yell it out loud, I did it! Or does she? Or he? The killer? Is it really one of us? Who is it? Among us, who's the one who killed Byakuya?
Enough already! Show yourself, you coward!
If they were willing to come forward, they never would have committed a murder in the first place.
But I still can't believe it. Someone in this room killed Byakuya. There's no way I can believe that yet.
Pardon me. Can I say something, please?
What is it, Miss Sonia?
I regret that
please.
I must return to this topic, but I just realized something concerning the night vision goggles. If Byakuya was indeed wearing those goggles, how did the killer manage to navigate in the dark?
You're right. They wouldn't have been able to see anything without the night vision goggles. But if the murderer had the goggles when they took the knife, then how did Byakuya see them?
Even if the knife bore some sort of mark, it would have been difficult to see it in that darkness.
Well, it was painted. No, the killer definitely used the mark. And because of this mark, the killer was able to get the knife from under the table into his hands. Well, this is glowing paint. Although I don't think the killer took the knife. I don't know if the knife was the actual murder weapon. Well, it could be. 5mm in the ammo. I don't. Huh? You don't know. You should have already found.
Crap!
Oh crap! Everyone's staring. Looks like I just made a fool of myself in front of her. I knew the answer! I just was a little bit too occupied in the with myself.
I see.
Okay, glowing paint. That's just easy.
What if the glowing paint was the mark? With that, you'd be able to get the knife even in the dark.
Okay, I just have to say this. With the first game, I had way more time to think about things. But that's maybe possible because I had the logic setting on a little bit lower. Huh. Maybe that's why.
In
Oh well.
actuality, the knife we found under the table and the duct tape stuck to the underside of the table were both marked with glowing paint, right?
Does that mean the killer painted them in advance?
But painting them with glowing paint? It's as if they knew the blackout was going to happen.
They had to have already known. That's why they used the glowing paint as a mark. Which means whoever set up the blackout is the killer.
Why is she so happy about all of this? Really? She's such a psychopath.
That seals it. The killer is whoever was in the office with the circuit breaker. Which means it was you, Pekoyama!
Peko killed poor Byakuya? Was this island not big enough for 2 glasses wearers?
I don't think the glasses has anything to do with it, but no, Peko did not do it. Because the blackout occurred at a certain time where 2 air conditioners were actually triggered to go off. Including the stove, the irons, and probably all the lights. That drove a little bit too much electricity through the entire building.
I am not the killer. Oh, I guess she's not.
How can you believe her so easily?
But with Peko's height, I don't think she'd be able to reach the circuit breaker in the office.
I don't care about a technicality like that. Peko's the one who tripped the breaker and caused the blackout.
Nope. 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 By triggering the breaker directly from the office, Peko was the one who caused the blackout? Nope. Is that really what happened?